everyone, this is Aaron from the band of Blood of Angels, and you're watching Simply Outlandish.
If you had to give up one thing for the rest of your life, would it be brushing your hair or brushing your teeth?
Brushing my hair, because brushing your teeth is kind of a health thing, and no one wants to be around anybody with bad breath, but unruly hair can definitely be manageable, so I would definitely kick out brushing hair, keep brushing teeth.
Would you rather be a hobbit or an elf for 24 hours?
Probably an elf. Elf, it does have cool magical powers, kind of like a hobbit. Also, the archery skills are pretty awesome and pretty cool. And then you're a bit taller, so makes life a little easier when you're taller, I would say.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Well, there's a few of those. I guess the thing is I'll go back to the South American tour I did 8 years ago now. Oh, God, that's a long time. We were at a party, and I drank a lot of local creations, I would say, basically alcoholic beverages out of Sprite and Nescafe bottles. And then we basically, one of the people that we were hanging out with at this party, he wanted to show me his artwork. So he took us a couple blocks away from the party back to his art studio. And basically completely drunk and inebriated, he's showing me his art. And to give him credit, it was incredible work. But, I just couldn't hold it in anymore, and I just projectile vomit all over the guy's computer, and that was incredibly embarrassing.
What set of items could you buy that would make the cashier the most uncomfortable?
I'd probably say this. Probably a box of condoms, bottle of Jack Daniels, and some caffeine pills. I would think they'd probably look a little weird at that combination of those three.
Would you rather have nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors?
Noisy neighbors, because I don't mind the volume, but I really get pissed off if they try to try to get up in my business. I mean, my wife and I are really private people in our house, but I mean, hey, I'm all good with party and noise, so I'll take,
Would you rather eat a stick of butter or snort a tablespoon of salt?
Well, let's see. I haven't done coke in 20 years. So I don't, so the salt, probably back then I'd probably go with the salt because I was used to things going up there. But, I think nowadays I would go with a stick of butter. I think the salt would burn too much.
How do you feel about putting pineapple on a pizza?
I'm a Hawaiian pizza guy. I love pineapple on pizza. Especially when you add pepperoni and ham to the mix. Pineapple on pizza is a good thing.
What's your favorite animal sound?
Oh, the sound of dolphins. They're just very musical, and they're constantly communicating with each other, and they're incredible, intelligent animal species. In a lot of ways, probably more intelligent than us.
Which of the 7 dwarfs is most like you?
I would say Doc, because I kind of am with the band a little bit. The rest of the guys, I'm kind of like, the father figure, suggested leader. Like, why do we do that? Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. But occasionally during allergy season, I become sneezy.
If you could have dinner with any currently alive person in the world, who would it be?
I'll have to go Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because I did get meet a musical hero back in January on the metal side who was like the ultimate person. Got to meet Steve Harris, and that was incredible. So, that was kind of a check off the bucket list. But Neil deGrasse Tyson is, now just one of my heroes, not only in science, but just in philosophy and thought on how he looks at the world today. Incredibly insightful, and I think more people need to listen to him.
You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be, and why?
Pastel black, because there really already is the color black. So basically I would just be a little lighter shade of the color black. As you can see, that's pretty much my clothing all the time anyway.
We finish the interview and you step outside the office and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do?
Buy on to some amazing tours, and then you'll see Blood of Angels on very large stages very fast. Also probably, really hire a top PR guy to be added to the team of who we already have. And that would be absolutely amazing. That would just be the beginning. And then travel around the world, do a round the world cruise with my wife. And then pretty much give the other $5 million to St. Jude's, my favorite charity.
What do you think about when you're alone in your car?
What I got to do today is a laundry list of things. I still have a day job, so I'm usually on the road heading to that by 6 in the morning. But also the laundry list of things I got to get home, do when I get home. Awesome interviews like this. Practicing, got to put in technique practicing, working on new songs, putting on time limit for that, hitting on social media, social posting, answering fan lists, always uploading like new merch to the merch page, any new ideas on that, etc. So basically trying to plot my day to be the most effective possible.
If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be and why?
Oh, my favorite, the okapi. For those, I mean, you probably are all familiar with the okapi, but if you're not by some chance, it's a really cool animal. It's like it's like the size of a zebra. The back half of the animal is a zebra, black and white stripes, but the front half is pretty much like a small giraffe, and it is a cousin of the giraffe. And one of the main reasons why I love this animal, the very first time I saw one when I was a kid, and what really dawned on me about this animal is I can imagine the first explorers, in the 19th century, around the times of Darwin, going into Africa and hunting through the woods, and they're coming up with all these paradigms and models of how life and biology is done and how animals are combined and the evolution of things. Then they came across the okapi, and I bet you at least one of them threw their book right into the river. Because that probably threw them the hell off.
What were you like in high school?
Pretty much the same as I am now. I haven't really changed much, except for I've gotten older and about 80 pounds heavier. No, I'm still the same kind of guy. I still love music. I have more responsibilities in my life. Home, car, same thing as everybody else. But as a person, my passion and my love and my interest, is generally basically the same.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Full-time musician. And of course I haven't given up on that, so I'm still doing it, and things are going really well with Blood of Angels, man. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys. Maggot and Jonathan and Randy, they're wonderful. So the four of us together that's who we want to be when we grow up.
If you didn't have this job, what would be your backup plan?
I'm kind of doing my backup plan full time. I'm a CDL truck driver by trade, so that's currently my day job going right now.
How would you rate your memory?
Long-term memory, I'd say a solid 9. Short-term memory, a 5 or 6.
If you woke up and had 2,000 unread emails and could only answer 300 of them, how would you choose which ones to answer?
Music business first. Anything from manager, PR, opportunities for magazines, booking agents, record labels, the list goes on. That was kind of take priority. Got to get those out of the way because those usually have immediate needs and deadlines. And then, of course, all the friends of Blood of Angels that come to our shows and to our music and listen to the music and have awesome questions or requests or things that they send me email. And then life related stuff, of course, anything that has to do with bills and things like that, and personal things, etc. And then honestly, I would say about, if I have 2,000 emails total, I could easily probably say 1,500 of them are garbage, and I can probably just delete.
Estimate how many windows there are in all of New York.
The state or the city? I think the city is big enough. And probably around 700 billion. I mean, there's just a lot of windows and a lot of tall buildings and a lot of skyscrapers and a lot of apartment buildings and 5 boroughs, It's maybe in the high hundreds of millions, probably in the billions.
How many square feet of pizza is eaten in the US each year?
Oh, probably 100 million square feet. We do love it. We do love our slices around the country. I would be surprised if it was anything below 50 million.
If you were to get rid of one US state, which one would it be and why?
And this comes honestly, we really need to all be together. But honestly, and this isn't anything on a personal level, and I'm going to preference that first, but I would say the state of Texas. And the reason is that, there's, of course, 3 large grid systems, and Texas has their own grid. They've been an independent nation once before, prior to the times of the Civil War. So I would say out of all of them, my reason for that is that I would say Texas would be the best equipped to be self-sustainable in a lot of ways. And also at the same time, I know there is a good portions of Texans that may want it that way as well.
You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant?
I would probably start a non-for-profit company and start an elephant rescue. Of course, I live in Tampa, not very far away from Sarasota, near where the home of Ringling Brothers. They probably are could be a lot of elephants, from zoos or things like that would that could use a rescue foundation, and that's what I would start.
While you are sitting in quarantine or lockdown, a penguin walks through the door wearing a sombrero. What does he say, and why is he here?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I would say this: if a penguin walked through the door wearing a sombrero, my first reaction is I was thinking the characters on the Small World ride at Disney came alive. Yeah, that room. Yeah, all the penguins are wearing sombreros, and that final room that you leave in Walt Disney World. So yeah, he probably came over for basically trying to find his way to get to Clearwater Beach, and kind of still needs continuous directions to continually move west a little bit.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
I would rather lose the ability to speak, for the simple fact that I can easily learn sign language and still continue to communicate in that fashion. The ability to read would basically lessen my ability to learn more and to further educate myself. But I would still be able to communicate, without the ability to speak, as many people do all the time, every day.
Fill in the blanks. My life is ruled by a vicious cycle of blank and blank.
Coffee and stress, because I always have a lot going on, and there's really only too little time of the day to do any of it.
When I'm a billionaire, I shall erect a 50-foot statue to commemorate what?
I'm going to do a musical on this one. No one will ever forget the name Randy Rhoads. Yeah, my fellow metalheads and music people, we all know that. I think his name and music and genius, and his legacy that he left should be commemorated more by us rockers and metalheads. It should be etched into the echelon of music history, and a lot of his originality should be taught basically in various music schools around the world.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not?
Well, I guess technically you can call it a sandwich. It's it's a piece of meat between two pieces of bread, usually layered with condiments or other vegetables. So, I would say, you can akin it to the same as say a roast beef sandwich or a French dip or a hot pastrami. I think it kind of rolls around the same lines.
What mythical creature would improve the world most if it existed?
Well, I guess it depends. I guess it all kind of depends on the lore. Since the mythical idea of dragons and what they represent seem to be mostly predominant in Asian cultures, mostly in China, I would definitely go with the dragon. It's just a level of wisdom, is something that can be learned and passed down. That's always associated with dragons: wisdom, power, balance of power, the true creatures of yin and yang. So I'll go with dragons.
Would you rather meet George Washington or the current president?
George Washington. I don't need to give an explanation for that one.
Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing?
Vision. Again, I could probably play my instrument blind, or learn, or basically become better. But hearing. Of course, we all know Beethoven famously wrote incredible compositions while deaf. Excuse me. He was one in many billion. But being able to play an instrument blind and be able to write songs is definitely something that can be accomplished. I feel I could learn, so I definitely go Vision.
Would you rather have Rambo or the Terminator on your side?
Terminator. Yeah, pretty much because he's virtually immortal and impervious to a lot of blasts and bullets and gunshots and all over the place.
Would you rather your name be Little Caesars or Papa John?
Well, I'd have to go Papa John. I just like their pizza better, you know. Although Little Caesar does have great deals, but yeah, Papa John. The first time I had Papa John's was when I was in Ohio when I was 16. It was before they even had them in Florida. For delivery, I thought it was great because all I knew existed prior to that was just Domino's. Anyway, this is Aaron from Blood of Angels. Hope you enjoyed this interview. And check us out at bloodofangels.net on our official website, or follow us on social media at Blood of Angels 1 on Facebook, Blood of Angels 1 on Twitter, and of course on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Blood of Angels. Have a great one.